I'd like to introduce you to the team of RDDL. They're Rosalie Bolingbroke, David Gill, David Sealis, Leah Suter, and myself, Matt Wilson. I'll be presenting our findings to you today. Our analysis was based around three underpinning needs, and they were your strategy, having one that has the endorsement and engagement of the workforce, your objectives for growth and ultimate success, your timeline for change and transformation, accepting that you have advised us of an intent to arrest further decline and to rebuild back into the employer of choice within 2 years. Based on your requirements presented to RDDL as part of our initial review, we've now completed our analysis and will present our findings and recommendations to you today. We've split it into three parts. Part 1, engagement and the motivation of employees. Part 2, cultural improvement and initiatives. Part 3, selection of a new HR manager. Our presentation today will provide an insight into current industry standards and performance and the need for your company to take action.
A key challenge facing organisations is how they continue to deliver sustained competitive advantage in the short term while also preparing for longer term success. It is widely acknowledged that the sources of sustained competitive advantage lie not only in access to financial or capital, but within the organisation, in people and processes capable of delivering business strategies such as customer satisfaction or rapid innovation. In order to truly realise your true potential and gain maximum benefit from your staff and to be the employer of choice, the company needs to start from the top and review and update the company's strategy and objectives. Aligning strategy, organisations and people creates high-performance organisations that competitors find difficult to compete with. Achieving this alignment requires three key elements with direct linkages that reinforce each other. The first, strategy and growth plans. The second, organisational work design. And finally, organisational design that links directly with the key roles and accountabilities for leadership. Aligning your strategy, organisation and people will create trust. Aligning strategy and organisation and people creates trust when an effective system of people practices is part of the integration. Higher levels of trust translate into higher levels of employee engagement with the organisation, the strategy and the work. There is a distinct difference in the level of performance of organisations with highly engaged employees to those which are filled with employees who are just satisfied. Engaged employees feel they have a stake in the success of the company and its activities, and it is the sense of belonging or organisational commitment that provides a positive relationship to productivity outcomes. The impact of an engaged workforce has a truly measurable effect in terms of tangible operational and financial outcomes for an organisation, including 28% higher gross margins and a 3.5 times higher earnings per share. Engaged employees enjoy their jobs and the organisations they work for, so much that they are in many ways advocates for the organisation. This provides the added and often underestimated benefit of a cost-effective sourcing and retention strategy, as advocates also become the best recruitment tool a company can have. What engages and motivates individual employees varies, however. There are common factors observed in high-performance cultures that engage employees to achieve positive financial consequences for their organisations. These companies are often referred to as the employers of choice. The cost associated with recruiting, selecting and training new employees can exceed 150% of the annual salary for the position being filled. So with 1 in 3 intending to change jobs in the next 12 months, how do you stand out from the crowd to attract key talent? More importantly, how do you keep the talent you already have in the business? One key way is to be known as an employer of choice, which recognises organisational best practices in workplaces that maximise the full potential of their workforce through demonstration of effective employee recruitment, engagement and retention activities. There are common characteristics amongst employees of choice, including a culture of camaraderie and calibration, heightened focus on training and development, and a provision of work that is both meaningful and challenging. Whilst there are many benefits associated with being considered an employer of choice, the view of this status should be seen purely as an outcome, one of which is only achieved by organisations that have developed an integrated and proactive talent management strategy that offers a pathway towards sustaining outstanding business results. Contemporary human resources incorporates two theoretical perspectives which provide the framework associated with the strategic development of the organisation's human resources. Incorporating both the resource-based view and the human capital theory, the framework places people firmly on the strategy radar screen and recognises that investment in the organisation's key assets, its employees, is key to increased productivity and sustained competitive advantage. Talent management involves taking a strategically holistic view of the human resource management process and linking acquisition and retention activities to drive competitive business advantage into the sustainable future. Companies that engage in talent management as a key function of their strategic HR planning are deliberate and continuous in the management of their key asset, which includes how they source, attract, select, train, and develop and promote people within their organisation. Talent management has become a business imperative, and in order to make talent management a truly competitive and sustainable advantage, there are key areas for immediate address. These include embracing a talent mindset from top down, crafting a winning employee value proposition, and through differentiating and affirming the greatest company asset, its people. The three talent management components, recruitment, retention, and development, are critical employee engagement factors which act as a measure of organisational
Becoming an
culture,
employer of choice,
level of changing the organisational structure, and replacing the current human resources manager do not exist in isolation. The linchpin to the long-term success of these initiatives, indeed the entire business, is the company culture. Organisational culture does not operate in a vacuum. Culture affects and is affected by the organisational structure, and organisational
There is no such thing
motivators
as a perfect culture, and can only be driven
in order
by
to
you.
remove the conflict between culture and
And
structure,
is to some
we
extent
recommend the
also
implementation of a
your
professional
hands.
model of organisation.
With a large employee
This type
base
of business
such as
structure
yours,
considers
the best way
employees
to
to
be
be
sophisticated
sophisticated
professionals
professionals
who
who have
have
authority in problem solving
One
as
way
well
to
as contribute to decision making.
Such
We
a
believe
model
the
allows
CEO
the
feels
individual
the current
motivators
HR
of
director is
autonomy.
not qualified enough
What does
to lead the
article
firm into the
Dynamics of
future.
Power in the
However,
Workplace references
as your
crossing
current
partner,
HR
who
director
suggests
is people
people can be energized by the vision
We
of
believe an
someone who
approach should
has
be made
integrity
on
and stands for
Theodora
more than his
Zoukis.
personal gain to ascertain her interest in employment.
We've
with the firm.
researched the market in order to ascertain the right mix of remuneration and benefits to fairly
The
compensate
challenges
new
faced
HR
by the
director,
organisation
as
are
well as
similar to
provide
many
incentive to reach
organisations
specific
operating in dynamic environments.
From the
Whilst
groupings,
resolution
we
is
have
pertaining
identified
to
four
future
recommendations.
growth, development, the
Recommendation
challenges
1.
and the issues they
The
present for
requirements
the
for
organisation are
revised and
certainly
updated
not
strategy,
insurmountable,
which we see as a starting point
These
for
issues
change.
have been
It must
grouped
have a
and
statement of
articulated
mission,
according
a
to
vision,
identified areas
and
throughout
values.
this presentation.
And
For each
recommendation
major
2.
issue, an
Having the
overview
right
and
personnel
rationale
for
for
improvement
position
has
has
been
been
paramount
detailed
to
for
the
your
success of the
consideration.
project.
To improve the culture and retention records of your firm, we need to replace the HR director, and we believe an approach should be made to Theodora Zoukis to ascertain her interest in employment with the firm. We believe Mrs. Zoukis' experience and qualifications will make her a good fit for the firm, and she will be able to return the firm to being an employer of choice within the 2-year time frame you required. Recommendation 3. In order to remove the conflict between culture and structure, we recommend the implementation of a professional model of organisation. This type of business structure considers employees to be sophisticated professionals who have authority in problem solving, as well as contribute to decision making. Recommendation 4. Instill talent management as a top-down mindset throughout the organisation, which includes actions such as executive team holding regular meetings to review and discuss performance of executives throughout the business at all levels, strengthen the capabilities of the HR team to take on the role and demand of a proactive talent management plan, construct the employee value proposition, create meaningful employee experiences across the organisation, and ensure the organisation fulfills the employees' expectations, aspirations, and needs. Make line managers accountable for building the bench. Redesign the talent management plan to align with your overall business strategy. Thank you for your time. Are there any questions?